Good afternoon, I hope everybody is well. We're not too bad, thanks. It's half term in the UK, but for the first 3 days, CJ has been in the day centre, so he'll have 2 days off tomorrow, which is really, really nice. And if the weather's nice, we can go out for a walk, perhaps. But we'll see what's been happening. Well, there's no change in the situation in the back garden and the blue box. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, it will be explained in previous videos. Yeah, I've been making a couple of things, not much, but I've also been messing about and not produced anything. You know how it goes. But anyway, Andy's back from Liverpool, my youngest son, and so this is the hat I made him. It looks kind of strange like that when it's not on his head. But he wears it as a bit of a slouch. It looks really cute. But then I would say that I'm biased. And while he was away, I made another one. That one was double-stranded, this one isn't. This is all worsted yarn, red heart. That's buff, and that is the same as the other one, Windsor blue. The only thing I'm not happy about is the brim, and what I should have done was, I turned over the brim and then I introduced the other colour while I was turning over the brim. I should have done it all in the same colour and then introduced the second colour, and then it would have been a bit better. But other than that, it's actually alright. At the moment on the Addy, I've got the Addy Squeak. That's what I call my baby Addy Squeak. I'm using up some scrap yarn. I've got this colour on. I'm doing it in stripes. Don't know if you can see that, it's like a little lilac. That's pink and black. Now I'm having a bit of trouble. Well, not with the Addy, not with the knitting, it's me. I know, I'm aware of that website that does random stripes. And I've seen it, I thought, that's a brilliant idea, but I just can't bring myself to do it. They have to be equal. So the closest thing I've done is done the colours, the pink and the lilac, in equal amounts and the black in a smaller amount. But I just cannot bring myself to do random stripes, 1, 2, here, there and whatnot. I just can't do it. It has to be uniform. It has to look like that. That's just a quirk of mine, I suppose. It's like hanging the washing outside. I have to have the same colour pegs on the same garment. I don't mind different colour pegs, but they have to be the same ones on each garment. If there's, like, get to the end of the washing and there's 2 different colour pegs for one garment, I'm like, it's very hard for me to put them on there. How stupid. But we all have our little quirks, don't we? What else is there? Oh yeah, I'm crocheting something at the moment, and I can't say what it is because it's a very similar situation to what Pam Loom is doing, the RAK. I had to reword that. No, I didn't actually reword that. When I was planning it out in my head, it came out wrong. And it was something on Facebook. You basically pay it forward to 5 people and they pay forward to 5 people. So I'm making something, and it's somebody I know anyway. And now I'm stuck again. I was stuck one time, then I managed to keep going with it because I'm terrible for like thinking, that doesn't look right, oh, that doesn't look right, when I should just keep going. And then I went completely wrong and I made a boo-boo and I missed out one row and it looked odd. But when I realised I'd missed a row, I was fine. But now I have to start the other end, and I'm thinking, well, where do I start exactly? But before I finish it and dispatch it, I will do a video and show it here. I had a dream last night, but I don't know if it was a dream. Well, it was a dream, but I don't know if it was because of something that happened in real life that I'd read or saw on a YouTube video, or whether it was just purely from my own mind. And what it was, I actually looked at Margaret Orlando's latest video again recently, because I watched it yesterday and she did all these yarn scraps, joined them all together and made a hat, a random hat. And I thought maybe it was Margaret, and so I watched the video again, she never mentioned it, so it wasn't her. And I looked down in the comments and I couldn't see, so I don't know where I've seen it or heard it, but somebody said, or maybe it was my dream, they bag up all their scraps of yarn and put it somewhere in one of them bags with holes in, and birds come and get it and make nests. Where have I heard that? Surely that was not a dream. But I was thinking about that when I woke up because I dreamt about it. How random. So maybe somebody else has heard about that as well. I don't know. I didn't know what nests were made of. I thought they were always twigs, but I suppose there could be anything, couldn't there? Feathers. Just anything that looks warm and stable. But those birds' nests are huge, aren't they? And you can especially see them, like when I'm driving CJ back from college, because the trees are bare because it's winter. You see these great big lumps of nest in the trees, and they really do stand out. Huge. What engineering goes into that? Amazing. It was a couple of people. I know Jan Carruthers has mentioned my name in one of her YouTube videos, and so has Margaret. And recently I saw Barry's video, except he tailed off. But that was unfortunate because, poor lad, his Addy's legless. I hope he gets that sorted out soon. But luckily he had his other Addy to put the legs on. But anyway, he'd started my name. He said Cheryl and he said CamCab147. And then he tailed off, of course, because he was majorly distracted. And I thought, people have trouble with my username, don't they? And yeah, I'm aware of it. My YouTube handle is a bit of a mouthful. So I figured I'd explain it a bit about how it came about. So Cheryl is pronounced sh, but spelt with a C. The A is for Anne, without the E. M is my maiden name, Manuel, not Manuel. The B is my married name. I don't want to tell. But if you know me on Facebook, you'll know that. Oh well. I lived at 147, but not anymore. Now there's no numbers above my door. My handle is a mouthful, I know you'll agree. Should I just change it to make it easy? I've been racking my brain. I don't really know. Please leave your opinion in the comments below. I feel really embarrassed now, but that just came to me. They do sometimes just come to me, and then that's it. Yeah. I haven't written a poem for a long time until then. So what else is happening? Oh, see that? What was that? I think that was a robin yarn, and I bought that not long after I came here and started Knit and Natter, and this was just practice stuff, and then I caked the rest of it. And this was, half of this was a hat. I think have I showed it? No. It's on my Ravelry page, but that's what's left anyway. And I've got an idea. It's going to be a scarf. It's going to be, oh, I'll tell you later. I'll show you later. when it's done, I like to surprise you around and say, I'm going to do this, and where is it? On the Addy, I've been practicing how to decrease. Now I can decrease one stitch at either end, there's no issue with that. I can do flat panels, that's okay. I've sorted out the edges. But one of the patterns I was looking at in the Addy book, it said decrease 5 stitches each side. And I've been practicing, it's so hard. I'm sure I can increase, but not decrease, so maybe I could do it the other way around. I'll have to take a look at the pattern again and have a look. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Oh yeah, just before I did this video, I was in the bathroom looking out the window, and there were sheep in the next field over. And generally they're quite peaceful animals, and yeah, if you see them moving in a flock quickly together, it's either because I think their troughs are untimed. So they go over, although they graze in the field a lot, I think there's a trough because I saw it in the other field, and they seem to go to it at a certain time. So it's either that had happened, or the farmer's on his quad bike and he's rounding them all up, because he doesn't use a sheepdog, he uses his quad bike. But there was none of those in sight, so I thought, what's going on here? And you're watching them run in a flock there and then run in a flock there. And I did actually video it, and hopefully I can put it on this. And I thought, are they playing British Bulldog or something? Or are they playing rugby? And then you'd see one jumping up a bit, and then it was really quite weird watching the swarm. And then you could see two coming out and like button heads. That's why I said they're normally quite peaceful. You don't see them doing what the cows do. Yeah, you know, they're quite individual. They might stay together but not do anything, interact very much. So then, like, the rest of them are following them, thinking, oh gosh, it's like kids in a playground when two of them start fighting. Everybody else goes, whew. Have you ever seen that? Sheep. Really strange behaviour. But yeah, I like watching sheep. They're very interesting. Cows bother me. But we don't seem to have many cows in that field around there. It's only occasionally, it's mainly sheep. But at the moment there's none in there at all. Yeah. Right then, I shall leave it here. Hopefully I'll speak to you next week with a few more projects to show you. Alright, take care. Bye bye.